Namaskar. The concept of God. The knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita is said to have been kept a secret. Not because no one should know all the good things we learn from it, but instead for a different reason altogether. It was kept secret because to understand it requires mental capacity. It means that you need to have some things clear in your mind before you can make good use of the knowledge of the Gita. What could be this mental capacity? In this case, it's the devotion to a higher authority. You can look at God as a king, a friend, or an extension of your soul. Only when you have true devotion can you understand the real lesson of the Gita. Arjun considered Lord Krishna as his friend. His devotion was true, and that's why he was being told of this. Hindus believe that Lord Krishna truly is their God. As we see in the Gita, Lord Krishna returns to the earth in various forms that we call reincarnations. Through these forms, he steps in to protect the people and restore order in society. Remember dharma or righteousness? Every individual is free to believe in any god of their choice. Everyone has the freedom to express their faith in what they believe in. You know what? You can also think of God as the ultimate superhero. He descends on earth to fight the evil, protect the good people, and restore order in our society. Isn't that what all superheroes do? I'm going to let you in on a secret. Looking at the way things are around us, you might think that the bad guys seem to have it easy. They get what they want for the minimum efforts they put in. It's the people with the good heart that prosper in the long run. How about from today, you do a little exercise. When you meet people, start noticing the things you like about them. It could be their truthfulness, their confidence, them helping out others, any little or big thing about them. Why, you ask? Well, not all superheroes wear capes. And who knows, what if God or the superior power that has created us is checking in on you through the actions of these people? Wouldn't you also like to have these good things being said about you? Lord Krishna and the idea of God. For some people, it's quite unbelievable to see God in a human form. Maybe because we have been exposed to addressing God only in the form of an idol or a murti. But Lord Krishna tells Arjun that is not true. Because God is so powerful, he can manifest in any form he prefers. He can neither actually die nor take birth. He is the Lord of all creatures. He can be anywhere and everywhere. If he can do all of this, why did he choose to take birth on earth? Is there a reason behind this? We'll soon see. In the last chapters, we acquainted ourselves with the concept of dharma, or what we said was righteous, and adharma or unrighteousness. When the world is in some kind of chaos and we see adharma around us, it's time for a bigger and greater energy to prevail amongst the mortals. This bigger power is the presence of God. Now, this presence of God is referred to as an avatar of the Creator. More on God's avatars in just a bit. Lord Krishna's descent on earth, or what we can say, presence of a higher power within humanity, is for certain reasons. One is to establish dharma or righteousness. It may have been lost due to circumstances beyond our control. For instance, bad people influencing the good people, people fighting amongst themselves, and so on. With such chaos, it may be required that a force steps in to restore the balance in society. And it doesn't stop there. It's also necessary to protect righteousness when order is restored. God may descend amongst us mortals to kill the presence of a wicked person amongst us. Dhanyavad.